okay, it's shooting?
Well, typically what we usually do in our technical writing class is we ask the students as a final project to write a technical manual and then build miniatures from their manual. Here we turned the tables a little bit and we had them create a project and then back off from it and write a technical manual as per the project that they developed. In this case, we took the idea of utopian society and we ran with it. I proposed to the students that if they were working towards utopia, what would that game or what would that life look like? And they took the time to design various game boards and various miniatures that depicted utopian society. Of course, it wasn't without its foibles, and they ran into problems along the way. But then after their final projects, they wrote a manual on what it would be like to achieve utopia, with some surprising results. You can see here in our gallery some of the miniatures and also the manuals that accompany the miniatures.
So how many groups were there?
Well, we had about 28 students. We divided them in teams of 3 and 4. Some of the projects are not here today because they were simply too big and or too delicate to move to Orange County, New York. But I think we have a good representation of some of the ideas that students had. One student thought of a utopian society as being one great car race because his dream was to build racing cars. Another student, a little bit more fundamentalist, envisioned hell, earth, and heaven, moving up the 3 chakras towards heaven. And these game boards came along with directions and other game pieces as well. We also had card games. We had 3D miniatures such as this pyramid over here. And the neat thing about it is if you take apart the pyramid, it can only really go back in one way. So there was one group's interpretation. But this room is an interactive room, Carol. This invites the public in to move pieces around, and there's plenty of room for them to write their own rules as they try out the different utopian games. Over here, for instance, there's very few rules, but lots of game pieces. And what we do is we invite the public in to bring their own game pieces and their own ideas of gamesmanship. And then they can move pieces around here. They can bring game pieces and move them around and develop their own rules as they go.
And who came up with the roulette? Somebody had to come up with that.
Well, I have to hand that over to James Antoni, our curator. James?
Oh, this is his work? He doesn't. I don't need to film him.
No, it's actually his gallery.
Oh, okay.
James Antoni.
Hi, I'm making a little film which
are you?
we may or may not put on YouTube about this.
Oh, yeah.
And we noticed your roulette.
Yeah. So you did the roulette table?
Well, this is just a found object. This I did. I'm big into the mandalas, which is the idea of a centering device, circular, and then from the center it goes out into all these various layers of complexity. Interactions with different kinds of material and information, but certain synchronistic relationships come about in it, like accidental meanings.
Yeah, like a roulette wheel being at the center of the universe.
Yeah, really, why not, right?
The randomness of it.
Right.
See what numbers happens to come up. I'm always interested in that kind of stuff. 35. Now, what does that mean?
Uh-oh. That means
Well, you can also put 3 and 5 together and get 8, So what?
Also,
give it a toss once. You just won the lottery, right?
I did.
Well, what numbers?
I don't want to tell all of
How
YouTube,
much
but I
did you
did
win?
hit for 600 yesterday. So.
Oh,
What were the numbers?
Don't tell anybody.
600.
What were the numbers?
Well, I always play my special numbers, which I'm not going to reveal.
Okay.
And I have a special system, and I usually hit about once every 90 days.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, for about $600. So it doesn't always work because the universe.
Why don't you give it a toss?
So that's how you've been making enough money to live on.
That's it. And then I'm able to teach the rest of the time.
There you go.
Besides being the greatest handicapper of all time. Carol,
Yeah,
also
so-
it's kind of neat when you stand outside the window and look in through these different portals.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
get different,
okay.
get different frames
There's
of
a kind of a layering going on. You know.
Yeah. Okay.